Welcome, welcome. Today we have a warming, strengthening yoga flow. It's relatively short, but it will be spicy. So expect sort of a warming of the core, the legs. We'll bring in breath. And yeah, by the end, you will definitely feel like you've had a workout. Like always, trust your body, listen to it. If you feel like it's too much, really too much, if it's kind of doing something negative, then always pull back. But sometimes things can be a little bit tough and we might ease off just because it's a bit of an effort. So I want to encourage you to really see if you can stay with this, see if you can do the whole practice. It might not be as deep as I show. I will show variations of it being softer, but just stay with it, stay with your breath. And one note I will say is really use your breath. So with your inhales, you're always lifting and lengthening. And when you're exhaling, that is what helps you stay within the posture. It's almost like you're getting your anger out through your exhale. It's what's helping you stay. So see how you go. And all you need is a mat. Come meet me when you're ready. So with the mention of breath, we can use breath in lots of different ways. We can use it to center us. We can use it to cool us down, or we can use it to warm us up. So one type of breath work that's really useful throughout all yoga practice is Ujjayi breath. So it's an ocean-like breath. And if you're unfamiliar with it, it sounds kind of like you're fogging up a mirror in front of you, but your mouth is closed. So I'll go through a few rounds and give you a technique to help you kind of find that sound within your body. So imagining like you're fogging up a mirror as you inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Now this time as you exhale, close your mouth halfway through. So inhale, exhale. Keeping that resistance, keeping that feeling when you kind of fog up the glass. So take a few more rounds just like that. Just feel into your throat. So you can start by keeping your mouth open, then closing it. Or perhaps you want to just close down your mouth and see if you can create that little bit of resistance in the back of your throat. It's sort of like when you have a balloon and you're letting it go really slowly, when you're holding the opening of the balloon and you're just letting air gently seep out. You want to try and imagine that that's the back of your neck. Just taking a couple more rounds, feeling into your body. Trying to make your breath as long and slow as possible. Counting in ever so slowly. As you inhale, you lift up through your spine. And as you exhale, you slowly feel your energy pushing into the ground. Inhaling to lift, feeling that constriction, but using it. Exhale to ground. Just a couple more rounds at your own speed, beginning to feel that energy rise in your body. And when you're ready, letting go of your breath retention. You can use that throughout practice to maintain that fire, or you can just breathe normally, whatever feels right for you, but it will really add to your practice. So give it a go, see how it feels. So we'll begin by reaching your hands to your sides, coming into a comfortable cross-legged seat. As you inhale, reaching your hands up to the sky, taking your left wrist with your right hand, reaching your hands up to the sky. As you exhale, bend over to the right, grounding down through your left hip. Inhale to lift, pulling your hands up. Exhale to bend to the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Perhaps your gaze drifts up to the ceiling. Inhale to lift. Exhale as we bend, rounding your spine, chin to chest, reaching your hands towards the front of the room. Then rocking over to the left, grounding down through the right sit bones, lifting up your hands, reaching up to the sky, and letting them go. Perhaps taking a little bit of a shake out of the arms. It can be quite warming already. Then when you're ready, reaching your hands up to the sky, switching over hands. So taking your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale to reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale to side bend to the left. Inhale to center, to lift, to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Perhaps allowing your gaze to drift up, grounding through your right sit bone. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. This time rounding your spine, chin to chest. Your hands come over to the left, in front of you, to the right, and all the way up. Letting go of your wrists, giving them a shake. Perhaps flicking your fingers as well, just getting that blood from your shoulders into your hands. Beginning to get it moving through your body. Just another few seconds here. Really flicking your fingers as hard as you can. And then bringing your hands behind you just for a moment as we get into our next position, bringing the soles of your feet to the floor. So we're not actually going to use our hands to support us here. We're going to interlace our hands behind our back. As you inhale, pushing your hands away, lifting your chest. Now, this is a very small movement. So you tuck your chin. You're keeping your bottom half of your body exactly where it is. You just want to round your spine, trying to lift up your hands behind you, bringing your forehead closer to your knees. Inhale to lift, keeping the bottom of your body exactly where it is, extending, allowing your hands to just graze the floor but not rest on it. Exhale to round. Focusing on really just moving the top half of your body, even the top half of your torso, seeing if you can keep your abs still. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. 2 more rounds at your own speed, really noticing what areas of your body is starting to turn on. Your hands, your arms, perhaps your abs. And letting go of your hands, bringing your fingertips to your temples. As you inhale, lifting up through your spine. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, keeping your bottom half of your body exactly where it is. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right, really rotating as far as you can. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left, to center, to the right. Speeding up a little bit to the left, to center, to the right, center, to the left, center, to the right, center, to the left, center, right, center, left, center, right, and we release. Rolling your shoulders, tucking under your toes, meeting in an all fours tabletop. So it's already getting a bit hot. Take off any layers because we're going to start moving. Coming to all fours tabletop, taking a gentle rock left to right just to warm up your shoulders, your joints, your mobility. And then coming to a stable tabletop. So even this pose is really active. You can start to engage your muscles. You're tucking under your hips, pushing your shoulder blades apart, engaging your core. And on your next inhale, dipping your belly, lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine, tucking your hips under, chin to chest. Inhale to lift, making it really slow and seeing how far you can push one way, then the next. Really pushing your hands into the floor. Inhale to dip. Exhale to round. One more round, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine, keeping a majority of your body where it is, and just walking out your hands. We're going to come into a variation of puppy pose. So you want your hips to be stacked above your knees, just walking your hands forwards and lowering your chest to the floor. Option to stay here with your forearms on the floor, or let's take it a little bit deeper, a little bit warmer. Coming onto your fingertips. Using our breath, inhale as you lift, you push into your fingertips. Exhale, lowering your chest to the floor. Inhale to lift, engaging your core. Exhale, seeing if you can keep your arms off the floor, pushing your chest to the floor, gaze to your fingertips. Inhale to lift, engaging your core. Exhale to sink. Inhale to lift, pushing up. Exhale to sink. Once more, inhale to lift. Exhale to sink. Bringing the palms of your hands to the floor. Walking your arms a little bit closer. Widening your knees to the long edges of the mat and sinking your hips down, coming into child's pose. Taking 2 rounds of breath here. Again, staying really active, keeping your forearms off the floor, either your palms of your hands to the floor or your fingertips, just as you were before. Bringing in that ujjayi breath, seeing if you can keep it nice and long and slow. Can you feel the restriction in the back of your throat? And keeping your hands where they are, palms of your hands to the floor. On your next inhale, rounding your spine, chin to chest, rocking your hips forwards. Then bringing your toes to touch, stopping here, lifting your feet off the floor just a few inches, and then keeping your lower body exactly where it is, bending your arms, lowering your body so you're as if you're in a chaturanga shape, but hovering before you get to the ground. Inhale here. Exhale to push back into child's pose. 2 more rounds just like that. This inhale to round your spine. Exhale as you bend your toes lifted, stopping before you get to the floor. Inhale here. Exhale to push yourself up, keeping the top of your body really still, lowering all the way back to child's pose. Once more, inhale, rounding the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping it nice and slow, tucking your hips, toes to touch, lifting your toes, then lowering down halfway, bending your arms. 1 inhale here. Exhale to push the floor away, coming back into child's pose. Coming up onto all fours, tabletop. Perhaps taking a gentle sway of your hips left to right. Then tucking under your toes, pushing your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Ujjayi breath if you can. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Perhaps exhaling with your mouth closed, but keeping that resistance. Once more. Exhale. Walking your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, perhaps bring your hands to your shins. Exhale to forward fold. As you inhale, bending your knees, rolling all the way up to standing, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to go through 3 rounds of sun salutations to warm up the body. First one will be a little slower, then we'll begin to bring a little bit of pace into it. So grounding your feet into the floor. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, either palms on the floor or palms on shins. Stepping your right foot back, your left foot back. Lowering down your knees, tucking under your toes, lowering all the way down. Our first variation of chaturanga. Bringing your elbows close to your ribs. Inhale, halfway lift, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, coming all the way down, tucking under your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Walking your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. Bending into your knees. Inhale, halfway lift to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, rolling all the way up to standing. Tadasana. Twice more, a little quicker. Inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back. Either our first variation of chaturanga or coming into the full extension, keeping your body lifted, bending just your arms, tucking under your toes. Inhale to lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath here, inhale. And exhale. Walking your feet towards your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to roll all the way up to standing, Tadasana. We go again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, either stepping back or taking a jump. You can move your feet back 1 step if you like, pushing your weight into your hand. Lifting up, lowering down, coming into your low chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a round of breath here. 2 more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Meeting in downward facing dog if you're not there. The next inhale, I'll explain first. So staying in our downward facing dog, we're going to keep our body exactly where it is on the ground, really pushing your hands away into the floor, keeping your left foot grounded. We're going to move just our right leg, keeping our hips parallel to the floor. You're going to lift up your right leg to the right. See if you can make it parallel. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift it up as high as you can. Exhale to lower. Now we don't want to open our hips like this. We want to keep our hip really facing the floor. Inhale to lift once more. Exhale to lower. Coming onto the other side. Inhale to lift the left leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift as high as you can. Exhale to lower. Taking a pedal of those legs just to get out any cramps if they've come in. Settling in downward facing dog. Next inhale, extending your right leg up and back behind you. Again, keeping your hips parallel. Pushing your hands into the floor, engaging your glute, keeping it strong and active. As you exhale, keeping your legs straight if you can. Just bringing it so that it is just grazing the floor, either stopping here, or if you can, seeing if you can draw your leg in a little bit further, bringing your right toe towards your right wrist. Obviously not going to get there that far, but just a little bit further forward. Feel that. And then inhale to extend. Sorry, tree. Exhale to tuck your leg. Reach your toe forwards once more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring your right foot to the floor, onto the other side. Inhale to extend that left leg behind you, engaging your glute, hips to the floor. Exhale, moving just the left foot, tucking up your left hip. So you can create space between the bottom of your foot and the mat. Perhaps you can bring your left big toe a little bit further forward than your right toe. Inhale to come back. Lift up without curving your spine. Seeing if you can just engage the glutes. The height really doesn't matter. Exhale to contract, seeing if you can start to engage your abdominals as you come into this, reaching the toe forward. Once more, inhale to come back. If this is ever too much, always options come down onto your forearms. Exhale, right foot to the floor. Dropping your knees, bring them to the long edges of your mat, coming into child's pose, extending your arms out in front of you, taking 2 rounds of breath here, just to give your hips a little bit of a rest. You can either stay in stillness, or if you internally rotate one thigh and then the next, it can be a really nice stretch into the hips. So just exploring that for a moment. Taking one more deep breath, then we'll meet in downward facing dog, pushing your hips up and back behind you. On your next inhale, reaching your right leg up and back, then bending your top leg, opening your hip to the right. Inhale to extend your leg. Exhale to bend your knee to nose, sole of your foot in between your hands, dropping down your left knee, untucking your left toes. Taking one breath here just to find your foundations. Exhale. Next inhale, pushing into that right foot, lifting up, bringing your hands onto your right leg. Exhale to sink into that left hip, still keeping our hips parallel. As you inhale, pushing into that bottom leg, lifting, lengthening. Exhale to push forward, engaging that glute. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Once more, inhale to lift. We're going to stay lifted, having a 90-degree angle with your back leg, perhaps walking your front foot in a little. Bringing your fingertips to your ears, keeping the bottom half of your body exactly where it is. If you feel like you're wobbling like I just did, you can bring your legs a little bit wider. So as we inhale, you lift up, you lengthen. Exhale, bending your top half of your body, keeping the bottom half exactly where you are, drawing your forehead towards your right knee. Inhale to push into that right foot, lift, lengthen. Exhale to contract. See if you can slowly bend in your stomach. Inhale to lift. Exhale, as if you're rolling down. You know how you roll up when you're going from Tadasana, Uttanasana, forward fold to a mountain pose? Just like that, as if you're stacking your vertebrae, but as if that's happening in your stomach, you're rolling down. And lift. Coming back to neutral. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend to the right. To neutral. To the left. Now you might wobble quite a bit here. It's really going to test your balance. But just taking it slowly, feeling all of the points are in contact with the ground, beginning to really engage the center line of your body. That's what will keep you stable. If you want a little bit more stability, see how it feels to tuck under your back foot. Once more. Calming back to center. Bring your hands to the mat. Right knee meets left. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. One inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back behind you. Exhale to bend your knee, open your hip, creating a bit of relief in that lower body. Exhale, bending your knee to nose, sole of the foot in between your hands. Low lunge, untucking your foot if that feels comfortable for you. One breath here. And exhale to ground into the floor. Next, inhale, pushing into that front foot, bringing your hands to the left thigh. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to push into your foundations, opening up that right hip. Inhale to lift, exhale to ground. Inhale to lift, exhale to ground. Once more, inhale to lift. Exhale to ground. On your next inhale, we lift to lengthen, creating that 90-degree angle with our back leg, walking your foot in a couple of steps. So it's 2 parallel angles. Bringing your fingertips to your ears, keeping the bottom half of your body exactly where it is. Inhaling to lift your chest. Exhale to round, chin to chest, rounding your spine. Coming all the way forward, bringing your forehead towards your knee. Pushing into your foot, inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Tucking under the back foot if you need some more stability, or moving your hips out, your feet out a little bit wider. And bend. Inhale back to center. Moving to the sides. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend to the left. Inhale to center, to the right. Inhale, to the left. Inhale, to the right, and back to center. Hands to the mat, left knee meets right. This time extending both of your legs behind you, meeting in a plank. Staying here for a couple of rounds of breath, taking a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, focusing on pushing your hands into the floor, creating that space in between your shoulder blades, tucking under your hips, lifting your knees, engaging your core. Remember to keep a slow, steady breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, pushing your hips up and back, downward facing dog, taking a pedal of the legs. One releasing breath here, inhale and exhale. Moving on, inhale, right leg up and back behind you. Bending your knee, opening your hip, exhale. Inhale to extend. As you exhale, bending your right knee, right elbow, hover. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, tucking up as high as you can. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, bending your knee, bringing your knee to your nose, curving your spine, sole of the foot in between your hands. Coming into our high lunge, back knee lifted. Inhale to sweep your hands up to the sky, perhaps straightening that front leg. Exhale to lower. 3 rounds of breath, we pulse. Inhale to lift, pushing the floor away from you. Exhale to lower.
Inhale to lift, lengthen, really stretch your body to the sky. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to cactus your arms, opening your chest. Inhale to lift, sweeping your hands forwards behind you, bring your chest closer to your thigh. Sweeping your right arm forwards, left arm follows, opening up into warrior two. Taking a round of breath here, rolling out to your right hip, finding your foundations. On your next inhale, sweeping your hands down in front of you. Inhale to lift, lengthening that front leg, lifting your toes. Exhale, warrior two. Just as we did, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, keeping it nice and slow, intentional and strong. Slow definitely does not mean easy. Inhale to lift. Imagine you're moving through water or you're moving through sands. There's a bit of a resistance there, really reaching your hands to the sides, then up. Warrior two. One round of breath here. Inhale and exhale. Once more, just a transition. Inhale, sweeping your hands forwards, up, then rotating your front toes to the long edge of your mat, bringing your heels in one step. If you want to come a bit closer, doing it once more. Hands in front of you. Inhale to lift up, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart, bending into your knees, coming into goddess. It's a bit too close for me. Sinking your hips down, keeping your chest nice and proud, not too far forwards, but lifting up. Inhale to push into your heels, engage your glutes, push your hip forward, open your chest, engage your abs. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, taking in a nice full deep breath, squeezing your glutes. Exhale to lower. Once more, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. We're going to pulse here for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lift. Right hand to the mat, left hand to the mat. Coming into plank. 3 rounds of breath here, engaging your core, either staying in stillness. Perhaps you want to bring in a little bit more fire. We can bring in some twists here. So rocking your left hip underneath to the center, to the right, to center. Or you can tuck your body. So imagine you're pushing up into downward facing dog, but only a tiny bit. You're just tucking your body. Tuck, tuck. Tuck, then downward facing dog. Everyone, when you're ready. Inhale here. Exhale to ground. Onto the other side. Inhale, right, left leg up and back behind you. Exhale to open your hip. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, hover. Inhale to extend up and back. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale to extend. Knee to nose, sole of the foot in between your hands, grounding down through your left foot. One breath here. And exhale. Pushing into that front foot. Inhale to lift your hands up to the sky. Exhale to lower. We pulse. Inhale to lift, straightening that front leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale, reach. Think about the sides of your body. Seeing if you can lift them up to the sky. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Once more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to cactus your arms, opening your chest, sweeping your chest forwards. Left arm sweeps forward, right arm follows, opening up into warrior two. 1 round of breath here to ground, rolling out that left hip, tucking under your hips, reaching your fingertips as far forward and backwards as you can. And when you're ready, we move into our warrior two breath, sweeping your hands down in front of you. Inhale to lift, straightening that front leg, lifting your toes. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Imagine you're moving through that sand or water, really slow, pushing it away as if the air's heavy. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 1 round of breath here, stretching your fingertips either way, tucking it under your hips, engaging your glutes and your abs. Coming back to that Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. Coming into our movement once more for transition, sweeping your hands beneath you. Inhale to lift. Lifting your toes, rotating your toes to the long edge of your mat. Scooching your heels in one step. Sweeping your hands in front of you. Inhale to lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart, goddess. Finding your foundations, feeling all four corners of both feet. Pushing into your heels, inhale to lift, engaging the glutes, lifting up through your chest. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. This time we pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift. Both hands to frame the front foot. Right foot meets left. Option to come down into child's pose or coming through a few more breaths of our plank variations. Either staying still, really protracting those shoulder blades, pushing them apart as far as you can, tucking under your hips, or coming into the hip dips. Going until you start to feel that fire within your body. Keeping on going, feeling the heat, or option to do those tucks. Tuck, tuck. Tuck. It's getting tiring. I'm there with you. And when you're ready, downward facing dog, we'll meet in a child's pose. Just taking a moment here. Allowing your heartbeat to slow down a little. And then coming up to all fours, option to tuck under your toes to stretch out the bottoms of your feet, or you can come to sit on your feet. We're just going to stay here for a moment. If any other seat is more comfortable for you, then do that. Just going to move into stretching out our wrists a bit because we've quite a lot on our hands. So interlacing your hands, just bringing some circles in one direction. Coming back to your breath, allowing it to slow down a little. And then the other direction. Reaching your hands out in front of you, bringing your right fingertips to the sky, using your left hand to pull your fingertips towards your body. As you inhale, let off a little bit, and exhale to pull them closer. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull. Letting go of your hand, allowing your fingertips to come to the floor. Bringing your hand exactly where it was before, and then just pulling it closer to you. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull. Coming onto the other hand, so fingertips to the sky of the left hand, using your right hand to pull your fingertips towards you. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull. Flipping your fingertips to the ground. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to pull closer to you. And release. Exhale to pull. And release. Once more. Then just giving your hands a bit of a shake. Perhaps it moves into your shoulders as well. Taking a nice deep breath. And then we're going to come to sit onto your sit bones. Rolling all the way back. Sweeping your legs out in front of you. Coming to roll onto your back. Oh, that feels nice. Reaching your legs up to the sky. If your legs are bent, that's absolutely fine. If you want to have them on the floor, that's also okay. So if your legs are extended, bending your right leg so your ankle comes on top of your left knee. The sole of your left foot comes to the floor. Option to stay here. This is absolutely fine. If you'd like a bit of a deeper stretch, you can lift your left leg off the floor. If you want to go deeper, you can hold the back of your left thigh, pulling it towards your body. Or you can push your right knee away whilst you draw in your left. That'll take a nice stretch down the back of your right leg. Option to also interlace the hands over that left shin, pull them towards you. Just beginning to slow down the breath. Gently letting go of whatever position you have chosen, extending both legs up to the sky, taking some circles with the ankles and the wrists, extending your wrists to the sky as well. One deep inhale here. Exhale to ground your lower back into the floor. Bringing your right ankle over your left knee, left foot to the floor. No, wait, just did that one. Other side. Left ankle to your right knee, right foot to the floor. Option to stay here if this is enough, or to lift up your right leg. Option to interlace behind your right thigh, pulling your thigh towards you. Option to push the left knee away as well. Final option to interlace the fingers around the shin of the right leg. Then just coming back to your breath. And releasing your hands, extending your legs up to the sky, crossing them over, just taking a gentle rock up to a seat. It's quite nice massage on the back of your spine, so take a few rocks. And we'll meet in a comfortable seat. Just taking one final moment here to ground into your sit bones. Finishing with 3 rounds of breath together. As you inhale, grounding into your sit bones, lifting up through your spine, staying nice and proud. Exhale to ground into the floor. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Well done. So that wasn't the easiest thing ever. I'm pretty hot now. But well done. It was really strong, really strengthening flow. So each time you do it, it will hopefully get a little bit easier. You'll build that strength and your power. And it's nice just to bring that little bit of spiciness, that fire into your life every so often. So do it as often or as little as you like, whenever you feel like you want to stoke that fire. You got it in you, so well done. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.